Hey folks, Shane Drake coming to you from my shop here in Parsonsfield. And I want to talk about Paul LePage real quick because I have all these people messaging me and talking to me all the time, and they want to talk about Paul LePage and how I'm taking away or I'm hurting Paul LePage in some way. I'm hurting his campaign. What campaign? What campaign am I hurting? Paul LePage hasn't said squat. You know what Paul LePage has said about the election integrity? Nothing, right? Voter IDs, vaccine passports, mask mandates, Americans with Disabilities Act. The only time Paul LePage ever speaks up is to rail against Janet Mills. That's literally it. So if he speaks about mask mandates, it's his once a month post, and it's like, Janet Mills, like, dude, we get it. Nobody likes Janet Mills that follows you, And I get that you got to, go after your fucking opponents or whatever, but my God, speak up once in a while. Leadership starts with leaders, not fucking an assistant on a Facebook post. His posts are like, me and my wife were wondering if you wanted to see us run again. It's like, dude, you got to fucking ask. It's 3 months after January where we had all this fucking crazy shit go down and everyone in the state's pissed off. We're all Trump supporters. A lot of us are Trump supporters, and it's not because we're like MAGA people or indoctrinated by it. It's because his policies work, It's like Paul LePage needs to reach out and find the people who aren't indoctrinated by this fucking leftist garbage and the people who aren't indoctrinated by the far-right political games. People want to act like Paul LePage is different. That's fine. You can say he's different. I've seen videos of Paul LePage where he's like, oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't politically correct or whatever. Whatever. He spoke his mind. The media went after him, but he's damaged, man. Everything that he said and did during the 8 years will be used against him, and you're not going to hear anything else but that on the radio for fucking months and months and months and months and months and months. Is that what you want? I mean, I'm not saying they won't go after me if I get bigger or whatever, but at the end of the day, people who act like my campaign is taking away from Paul LePage's campaign are kidding themselves. Paul LePage 2 weeks ago had to ask on Facebook. He didn't ask. His assistant asked in lieu of him if he should run and what people think. It's like, dude, have you not been paying attention? We need leadership now. Where the fuck are you? In Florida? So is Paul LePage going to come back while all the ads that he runs on the fucking radio about how he wants to lead Maine? Guess where he's going to be? In Florida. He ain't going to be here. He don't live here. He doesn't want to be here. He's not in the fucking fire with us. He wants to lead from Florida. Go ahead. Have your assistant keep posting on Facebook, man. Keep it up. One post a month, and you think you're going to fucking win. Look at the voting data. Susan Collins won by 74,000 votes. Biden won by 72,000 votes in the same race on the same fucking ballot. So it's like, what do you think we're going to fucking get? We're losing. And we're losing because these crazy politicians who don't care about us get people wrapped up with them, People are in love with Paul LePage because he bucked the system. That was over a decade ago, man. All that stuff that happened, all that crazy media stuff. I mean, it feels like a fucking decade ago, all the important stuff that he did, and he led the way for fucking Trump to do this populist campaign. That's amazing. Great. Awesome. But guess what? He's damaged. The media's damaged him. There's not a single person who's going to shed from the Democrat Party and come and vote for LePage. It isn't gonna happen. I'm sorry. But the thing is, I've talked to so many people at these rallies I've been to myself that I hold myself. And guess what? They're all like, I would never vote for LePage. I'm a conservative. I voted for Trump. I don't like LePage. I won't vote for LePage. 9 out of 10 people I talk to say they will not vote for LePage, or they don't want to. And that 1 out of 10 person, it's like they got Stockholm syndrome. They're like, well, I like everything you say, but, I'm just afraid that if we vote for you, that LePage will lose. And, I don't want to take anything. It's like, dude, if you don't want to vote for me, don't vote for me. If you don't want to be part of my campaign, don't be part of my campaign. I get it. People, honestly, the system is rigged. The system is fucked, right? But all I need to win is 4,000 signatures and people to vote for me. That's not rigged. That's not a, That can literally happen. So when people go on and on about how I'm taken away from Paul LePage, just remember, the people who follow me are patriots. You know what I mean? The people who want to be a part of my campaign would not vote for LePage. I'm out there for the people pissed off now, that were pissed off in November, that were pissed off in December, that were pissed off in January, February, March, April, to now. I'm there for them. I'm trying to help those people find a movement and move forward towards something that we can actually win. I know it sounds like 1 in a million, and maybe it is 1 in a million. Who the hell knows? But at the end of the day, we need leadership now. I don't get it. I mean, Paul LePage, he can be for that 1 in 10 conservative who just wants to sit at home. The silent majority. So the silent majority, Paul LePage, they're yours. The people sitting at home like, man, things are getting bad, and not paying attention. The people who don't go on social media ever, the people who've never been on the fucking internet, go ahead, man. Those are your voters. You got them all day long because you know what? They're going to go to the voting booth and they're going to just vote R. They're just going to vote R, Republican. Whoever it is, Republican. Well, I got something news for you. That's exactly what got us in this mess. Just people going to the ballot box and voting for the Democrat, voting for the Republican, and not paying attention to any of this crap. So I don't know, man. This whole LePage argument, I don't want to slam LePage. I think I like some of the stuff he does. He has good policies. He was good for Maine. But you know what? As a person, I don't know him. I only know what I've seen. And what I've seen is that I better fucking run. Because if we keep depending on these people that have been made and forged in this system, 40 years, 30 years in politics, that's not an outsider. That's not an outsider. Come on. I don't want to do this. I don't want to have to do this. But I either lose or I lose. You know what I mean? It's a lose-lose situation for me. If I don't do this and we get Mills or we get some Gideon or even LePage, man, it'll just postpone this shit or fast forward it for another fucking 4 years. So I don't want that, man. I want change, real change. I want a limited government. You think Paul LePage is going to go in there and limit the government, change the voting system? He bought the tabulators in 2014 for his midterms. Do the math. You think you're going to get voting reform out of that? Give me a break. Give me a fucking break. All these idiots, all these people play the system. They play the system because they can, because we allow them to. I'm sick of it. Stop letting these people get away with murder, essentially. They're taking our state and they're running it into the ground. How in the world are we going to put Maine first by just going to the ballot box with with blinders on? I'm tired of it. I'm leading now. If you want to vote for LePage, then go vote for LePage. But I want it to be known that anybody here supporting my campaign are people who wouldn't vote for LePage, wouldn't vote for Mills. They're not coming here because they want to do the status quo. They're coming here because they're tired of the status quo. Okay? That's who my supporters are. I'm not hurting anybody's numbers. Okay? Let's get that through. Let's get that clear. Make that clear. I'm not hurting anybody's numbers. Okay? Hell, I don't have that many followers. So it's not like I'm really doing that much anyways. So when people come and attack me for this campaign, it's like, dude, I'm trying to lead people. I'm trying to make a difference. The only way I know how that isn't like taking 1,000 or 100,000 or $1 million from somebody and putting radio ads out there and blasting everybody with this shit, man. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the system. Let's break the system. It don't take anything to sign a petition. It don't take anything to put my name on the ballot or vote for me once I get the petitions made. It don't take nothing. 4,000 signatures in your vote and we got this. That's it. That's it. Just need enough people to vote for me. So anyways, folks, just want to clear that up. I love everyone who follows me. Thank you so much. We're going to make something happen, whether good or bad. We're going to wake people up, and I hope that that's the outcome. I don't really care. I mean, the last thing I want is to spend 4 years in the fucking Capitol building with all those idiots. But somebody's got to go in there and shake things up and really change the system. And it only happens from the top down. We see that with Mills. We see that with everything that's going on in the political sphere. Nothing's happening from the bottom up. So we the people, we're supposed to be lateral to the government. We're going to make this happen by getting our numbers up. And once we get our numbers up, we're going to shake the system up, baby. So let's fucking do this. Let's do it. Come on. Anyways, check out my campaign. Please share my stuff. That helps. share my message, come to my rallies. We're going to make a difference. And if not, we're at least going to wake a few people up in the process. So peace out. Thank you. Bye.